Welcome to the Victor and the Giant Fox Music Review Podcast. I'm the Giant Fox. I'm here with my co-host, non-titular Mike.
What's up, guys?
Titular Victor.
What's up, y'all?
Oh,
And today we're looking at a recent release from Dynazty, Final Advent. All right, we are going here. Before we get into the breakdown, Victor,
Yo, man.
how was your week, man?
Oh, it's been a great week, dude.
ooh, that's good, man.
Been
Nice,
amazing.
man.
Tell us why.
Cause man, we live, baby.
That's
we
right.
live in the world.
Yes.
And we're not in Ohio.
Yeah. Or
Nah,
Ukraine.
We
or
ain't in
Turkey.
Palestine, Ohio.
Ooh.
Nice, man. Mike, how you doing?
Good, man. Good. I'm-
Nice,
I'm doing good. Start my new job tomorrow.
Nice.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah.
You got new
Man.
hours? Or they're pretty much the same?
New hours.
New hours?
New hours.
Nice, man.
I'm going to be off by 3 every day.
Oh, nice.
Dude.
Solid, dude.
That's awesome.
Yeah. The guy said,
love
make
that
your own hours.
schedule,
I was
man.
like, okay. I'm going to make my
Coming in at 11, leaving at 3.
Yes.
Yeah.
I expect full-time pay.
Yeah.
Lunch at 11:30.
That's right. Half
To
hour off,
2:30.
2 15-minute breaks, and I'm out.
Yes. I
Yes.
smoke a lot.
Dude.
Nice,
so-
man.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, very
Sick.
cool.
Mm-hmm.
Well, anyways, let's get into the breakdown of Final Advent by Dynazty. All right, so this is another listener requested album, and you know what? I'm gonna look up the name right now because this person did not specifically ask us not to mention them by name, so I'm gonna mention them by name as soon as
Yeah,
I
man.
find it. But I had never heard of these guys, and these guys are a lot more popular than I ever. Well, I mean, we don't really delve into power metal very often.
No.
Yeah, yeah.
Might now though.
For sure, dude.
Like
yeah.
legit power metal too. You know,
Right,
we dabble in different kinds of genres,
Mhm.
subgenres, but not, full on.
Yeah, and that's a
power.
crazy thing about starting this podcast is realizing how freaking many branches there are of metal. Like,
Yeah.
is this really real power metal, or is it just like, is it? Okay.
This actually
Oh, yeah, I think
genuinely
so.
asking
Yeah.
because
So what I know
see what I
about-
mean? See?
yeah. Well, so when I think of power metal, I think like the first band, and this people who like really into power metal probably don't like.
you're gonna
this.
say
I don't
Dragon
know.
Force, aren't
I'm
you?
gonna say Dragon Force or anime intros.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not
You know,
wrong.
it's- yeah.
You're halfway not wrong.
Oh, okay. Herman Palmer, thank you for suggesting this album. We appreciate it, and asking
yeah.
you shall receive.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, let's get into it.
right.
So starts out strong. Strong is it's a good descriptor of this album. Like
Yep.
it's a good theme for each song.
For sure.
But I thought it started out with good energy. Hits it as catchy chorus right off the,
Mhm.
or I mean right at the beginning of the album.
yeah.
I thought it was good. Power of Will. And then Advent keeps the energy up, but has a real tasty, very not archetypal is not the word I'm looking for, but a very like heavy metal guitar solo.
Yeah, man.
like,
yeah, the solos.
Just right down the
Mhm.
scope.
Yep.
yeah.
And I mean, a lot of solos in this album, but this one specifically just like screamed heavy metal to me.
Yeah, man.
And then Natural Born Killer, a little groovier,
Yeah.
than I was, than the first couple songs. Another killer guitar solo. Yours, it reminded me if Killswitch did power metal, like fully power metal.
All right.
Sick, dude.
All right. I
and,
see it.
I see it too.
And a common theme on this one, well, I mean, powerful, strong, but guitar solo, good guitar solo.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
All the Devils Are Here, another good guitar solo, and a lot more of that catchy power metal.
Yeah, man.
The White, which I'm imagining
Dude, I
is your
freaking
favorite song,
love
Mike.
this song.
Yeah, this song was screw you, Taz.
No, it was my favorite song.
Yeah.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah,
it
dude,
was
I
a good
really
song.
dug
Yeah, it
this.
was funny.
I mean, it
Like
had
it.
a bass solo.
Oh, I didn't hear that. Wait up.
Dang.
It's pretty cool. That was the problem. I couldn't hear it.
Oh yeah,
Couldn't hear it.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Bassy.
they're not gonna be able to hear it, but I strummed it, like you do a bass.
Yeah.
But I thought it was cool because it was a bass solo, and then it goes into like dueling guitar solo,
dude.
and then out of nowhere an acoustic guitar solo.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Love it.
I
Catchy.
I can't imagine they do it live very often because they just have the two guitarists. So to go, I mean, they might just switch over to switch the effects on the guitar to sound acoustic. Or maybe the bass player puts the bass down, picks up the acoustic. I don't know though. The way
Jeez, dude.
the
Or the
speed
singer, maybe.
yeah. There you go.
Maybe, dude.
Possible.
Or
yeah.
breaks
they
it
have
up.
a solid synth throughout the
Right.
whole album. Maybe it's the synth guy,
Maybe I don't think they have a purely synth guy.
Okay.
I might be wrong, but it's 5
Percussionist.
guys. I know there's 2 guitarists and a bassist. So there's drummer and maybe the front man does the synth, or maybe it's just on tracks. Whatever, it's still good.
Yeah, I know.
Um,
Getting nerdy.
Yeah. Instinct, number 7. Epic and almost pirate metal, but not quite. It was still on the power metal side of things.
Pirate metal.
But that's what it reminded me of. It just reminded me of big old sails, and we're
Yeah, man.
we're going to pillage or whatever.
Definitely a piratey. This whole album kind of made me think of that, like a whole piratey kind of.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Piratey power metal. Yeah, makes sense.
Techno pirates. No, not techno like the music, like
The dude, the techno Viking. Remember that guy?
yeah.
Anyone remember that guy?
That's kind of what I mean. But,
Okay.
but that was still the music, though.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's forget I said anything about techno. Although there were, like you said, there was good synth, good, electronic elements to it.
Yeah.
I just keep moving this microphone. I don't know what I'm trying to do with it. Excuse me. But an odd outro on this one, actually.
Odd in what way?
Yeah. It just
For the song.
yeah, for the song.
Okay.
It just sort of not bad. It just wasn't like the rest of the album. So
Okay.
Kind of like loomed out.
Yeah. Heart of Darkness. I didn't write any notes for, but I know it wasn't. This may have stood out the least to me,
Yeah.
if I'm remembering it correctly. But then number 9, Achilles Heel comes in, very epic but very dramatic.
Mhm.
The vocals and the instruments,
For sure, dude.
but a very what I liked as a contrast to the rest of the album, had like a chaotic guitar solo that was like battling the vocals for a big portion of it, but in a cool way. Sometimes it's like, well, this guy just doesn't know how to mix it. But I don't think that was the case in this song. I think they composed that very well, which, I mean, these guys are Swedish metal kind of, or at least this kind of metal, I feel like was born over in, what is that? Not the Balkans. What do you call those? The Nordic states, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know where. I want to know where power metal came from.
Well,
Like
I
exactly
almost said-
where. You know?
Right.
Because I know there's a lot of Russian, German power
Mhm.
metal bands too that, like it from all over those, those places. So
I feel like it's either started out from or started out alongside hair metal, but where hair metal went a little more glam and
Mhm.
rock, power metal stayed metal.
Yeah, dude.
I am far from a historian on metal though, so I could be way off. But I always want to say the Netherlands. That's what I was trying to say, and I know that's not it because that's Holland.
Yeah.
Although I'm always a big fan of anything from the nether regions. Power of Now, the last song, high energy. It's a high energy closer with the poweriest of power metal. I felt like in this one on the guitar solo. I mean, it was like the most power metal guitar solo on this album. I don't know how else to say it than that, but overall, I liked it. There were some good long songs, but the whole album was still only like 41 minutes long somehow. But 10 songs, none of them were under 3 minutes, which, as we know from a long time ago, I'm always a fan of albums that don't have super short songs. Because once it's good, you want it to keep going.
Yeah.
So I gave it a 9.
dang.
I was
Solid,
into
bro.
it. I gave it
Crap.
an 8, and then there was a solid guitar solo on every track, and that has to bump it up a point.
Yeah, man.
Dang, man.
So yeah.
Okay.
Jeez,
All right.
man.
Victor, what'd you think?
Dude, first of all, the the person who requested this album, I freaking loved it. Thank you. It was very cool to listen to power metal, man. Like I get it.
Mhm.
And now I'm not so well versed, I think, as we all are. Maybe Mike might be the most versed in power metal, but like I don't know a bad power metal band, you know, because this is pretty much it for me.
Oh dang!
And I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It was really good, you know. Smooth. It was all the transitions. Everything was freaking smooth, spotless. The singing, everything was great, man. I give it a 9 too.
All right, nice.
Dang, a 9 as well.
I really enjoyed it, dude.
That's awesome.
Mike, why'd you give it a 4?
Let's explain. No, yeah, dude. Palmer, was it?
Yeah, Herman Palmer.
Dude, yeah. This was a different call out. I was not expecting a power metal band.
Yeah.
I liked it. I like power metal. Sometimes it's not my favorite type of metal, but you know, just because it's normally the lyrics are more like uplifting, more gallivanty. You know, they're rising up kind of thing. You know,
straight to the top.
Yeah,
Do you guys feel like the keys for these songs are major? I know this is kind of nerdy, but like
they could,
theory nerdy.
Power chords.
Yeah, but power chords are more like minor chords.
Yeah.
It just sounded super, super major. You know what I mean? Like major keys. But I might be wrong, you know?
I would say probably the majority of them were at least.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I never would have thought that any kind of metal. I mean, I don't know. I'll have to research that, but it's interesting.
I think so because that's all that like the major chords are the ones that have that real triumphant feel
dude.
And that and that's what I mean. It's a lot of what this is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like the lyrics match it. You know,
the
lyrics match the sound. The sound is like lighter and it's fast and technical, but it's just a different type of sound.
It's heavy, but not the deep heaviness that you feel. It's heavy guitars and drums.
Yeah. And I liked there was moments in this album where they did dip into like half-timey beat or they did different things.
A little bit.
Yeah. Most power metal that you listen to is honestly it's the same it's the same thing like throughout. It's kind of like what thrash music where it's just all like the same tone, the same blast beat through the whole and it doesn't breathe.
Right.
Power metal is the same way, just lighter.
Just happy about it.
Yeah, it's happy.
It comes from joy rather than anger.
Exactly. So I gave it a 6.
Right.
You know,
okay.
It wasn't. If a song comes on, I'm not turning it off. I'm not changing it. I'll let it rock.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it was a nice change of pace from we've been doing a lot of deathy stuff.
Yeah.
You know, so it was just kind of nice change of pace.
Yeah, nice palate cleanser. I also thought like this. For it being power metal, like I said, I'm not well versed in it, but it didn't feel so glittery and so glam. I don't know.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like that. It was like cool, man. It's just good music. That's what it felt like.
The guy had a killer voice too.
Oh yeah,
really good.
The guy had a good voice.
It reminded me of the clean vocals of not that he went that high this often, but and I know there's probably 100 like power metal vocalists that are much better comparison to this guy, but the only frame of reference I have would be Australia, Mutiny Within.
Yes. Dude, I can see his face when this guy sings. That's hilarious. Yes.
And they're obviously a little more metalcore.
Yeah, those guys were,
I don't even know if they're still around.
He might still be I tried to find him to see if he was still doing music. Because it's such a unique voice. Like he was doing, you're right. He was doing power metal stuff with his voice in metalcore.
Right.
And it was just different. Yeah. And all the metalcore guys were like, man, this is good.
Yeah. Please nobody else try it though.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how it felt.
Yeah.
Because I feel like they should have gotten bigger than they were at least when I was listening to them.
Jeez.
No, power metal's funny, man. I every time I've listened to power metal, it's always with like D&D nerds or like something about dwarves or something about
dwarves?
A lot of
the anime thing doesn't resonate with you at all.
No.
Really?
No.
I know what you're talking about, Mike.
Yeah, like
I've heard a lot of that metal music that's super like dragons and
Right.
Yeah. There's like a
I don't know what's
like
that
a
metal
hammer
called?
getting struck by lightning, and that's this album cover type thing. You know, that's like all power metal.
Right.
Wow.
But like, are you pointing to like Viking metal? Because that's
Dude, I don't know. But
that's different in a lot of ways. But it's funny.
Viking metal.
Viking metal, so sick, dude.
Never heard of this.
I like it.
You know what? Power metal reminds me of the game Beautiful Joe, and I don't really know why. But
I mean,
maybe it just might be the spirit of Beautiful Joe and the spirit of power metal.
You know,
really mesh.
I like that because if you equate it to anime, a close comparison to Beautiful Joe could be One Punch Man. One Punch.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, dude.
I mean, power metal's pretty big in Japan, isn't it? Or at least it was at some point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially in the 80s. You were right about that, by the way.
Okay.
It did come about in the 80s, and it was a branch off of like
metal
U.S. hair metal.
mainstream.
Hair metal, okay.
Yeah. So you were right. It like kind of almost originated here. Which is
okay.
odd.
Right.
I would have
That's
thought.
what I thought.
See, I would have thought it came from somewhere else, but
Right.
I mean, it makes sense because they're all Dungeons and Dragons nerds.
Well, and that makes sense because there's a lot of like,
you know?
a lot of little like epic imagery and
They
stuff.
go
in
on
there.
quests.
Yeah,
you know?
go on quests.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
But it's still, this is another one that reminds me of Fire Saga of Eurovision.
Oh yeah.
That Will Ferrell movie.
Mhm.
I still haven't seen this.
And this music is probably closer to their music than the comparisons I've made before, but it's just, I don't know. Maybe I just like that movie a lot more than I realized or something. But all right. I think that's a good place to end it right there.
Man.
So if you like what you heard, if you're listening on audio, we'd love it if you would rate and review us. If you thought this was worthy of 5 stars, that's great, but just let us know what you think. Any feedback is good.
Yeah.
If you're watching on YouTube, we'd appreciate a like, subscribe, comment. Mike?
Oh yeah.
There it is.
Tippy tap.
Nice.
Tippity tap.
Tippity
the
tap
bell.
the like
Nice.
button.
What? I forgot what I was going to say.
How was it?
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Herman Palmer, again,
Yes.
for suggesting this. We loved it for the most part. Mike liked it. Victor and I loved it.
Yep.
If there's an album that you would like to suggest to us, you can just leave it in the comments here on YouTube. If you're listening on audio, hop on YouTube, hop on this video, drop in the comments. Just make sure the album isn't more than 2 years old. We try to keep it up to date because there is way too big of a metal library for us to deep dive.
Oh my god.
All the bands, all the music.
That'd be so sick.
Yeah.
It would be, but we'd have to quit our jobs.
That would be.
Yeah. Sorry, sweetie, I'm not coming home.
Hopefully
ever.
soon.
Jeez, man.
No, I'm quitting our jobs.
Right. It's okay. Our wives don't watch this. But yeah, so with that, outro.